Comingling 101, or maybe this is Comingling 01, but commingling is designed to save postage, and one of the great sundry benefits is that it also tightens the window for delivery. Commingling gets the same discount structure that the post office offers in work-share discounts to printers or letter shops mailing direct. Commingling just gets it at a different method, and that is sorting letters on a machine versus sorting names on a computer. Obviously, sorting names on a computer would be a lot more efficient. Therefore, why are we here? Because there are instances, and many of them, where there's money to be saved, even after fees, by taking mail that would have been dropped out of the letter shop or the printer and sending it through the commingling process. And I'm sure we'll get to some of those as we go along. The best way to know if a campaign is going to benefit from commingling is to analyze the volume. Say the low thousands to 10,000 pieces, that's a slam dunk, of course it will. Say 10 to 50,000, we'll call that a free throw. Should hit it 70, 80% of the time or whatever. And then anything over 200,000, pardon me, but it becomes a three-point shot because it takes extra effort, but the reward is greater. At that point, what's that extra effort? Well, you need to analyze when it makes sense and when it doesn't. And if it's going to get its own destination entry discounts, it may not. But if it's not going to get destination entry discounts, the three-point shot just became a slam dunk, because that's where the real savings starts. And even within the 200,000 and up, that where you might want to look at the destination entry discount, you may have part of that mail that you peel off and send out of the letter shop or the printer, and then the rest of it you might send to commingling because it makes sense, especially in terms of test panels. The number one misconception about commingling is that you cannot use caps as a postage payment method and that you do not get postage statements. Yes, that's two, and I'm going to roll them into one if you give me a chance. Originally, you could not use caps, so that's where the myth comes from. It was originally true. Now that commingling operations are doing e-doc for verification, the Postal Service doesn't care how many that postage payments are made through caps. Well, guess what? Every caps postage payment comes with the same documentation that it would if the mail was dropped out of the printer or out of the letter shop. So therefore, caps answers a lot in that regard. Not all commingling operations, however, are willing to allow caps. So that's on them at this point. If they're good enough to do e-doc, which they should be if somebody's really considering them for standard mail, they should be able to do caps. All direct mail campaigns are, I'm going to say, an equal fit for commingling, but the issue shouldn't really be that we're talking about campaigns. We should be talking about mailings, or we should even be talking about portions of mailings. And if you analyze, you'll see when that needs to happen and when it doesn't. Now, am I asking you to do a lot of analyzing in order to save this money through commingling? No, not really. A lot of the times when you become more familiar with it, you're going to know by looking at something in 5 to 10 seconds, it is or is not something you need to look at further. When you have to look at it further, then I guess I'm going to say, is 10 minutes or 20 minutes worth saving $10 or $50 1,000 in postage? So that's kind of where I would say, no, it doesn't really matter about the campaign. It matters about the mailings and the portions thereof. You know, when it comes to commingling, there's an age-old adage that was spawned by the fact that postage is a pass-through cost. You know, there's no way you can affect postage. It's there. It's already going to be what it is. You have to work your RFP out or your quote out based on what you have control over. In fact, I think the adage was worded, postage is postage. Well, I hope the audience takes away today that postage is not postage.